Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Wisconsin MMA Today. I'm Scott Jaffe, and I'm joined by co-host Wisconsin Combat Sports Paul Flatton.
Begin.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch the fights with the fighters.
I'm lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis, along with MMA trainer Duke Rufus. And come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch all MMA action on two 15-foot mega screens.
I'm MMA coach Duke Rufus, along with lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis. Come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Tough like Tiffin. Visit us at tiffinmats.com.
You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. Scott Jaffe here along with Wisconsin Combat Sports Paul Flatton. Paul, why don't you tell the viewers what they're going to see in this next bout?
Today we take a look back in time as an amateur fighter, Mike Biggie Rhodes, takes on Jordan Seufzer at NAFC Unleashed. Enjoy.
On Wisconsin MMA Today. Hey, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. Scott Jaffe here along with my partner, Wisconsin Combat Sports Paul Flatton. You're watching a light heavyweight matchup. This was featured on NAFC Unleashed from Potawatomi Bingo Casino. Both these fighters weighing in at under 205 pounds. You're looking at fighting out of the red corner from Roufusport MMA Academy in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That is Mike Biggie Rhodes. That's NAFC announcer Chris Garrity. And fighting out of the blue corner from Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin is Jordan Seufzer.
Yeah, you know, Biggie Rhodes, it's a name to definitely keep in your mind for fans that may be more of a national landscape guy. You know, he came over from Iowa, much like Eric Koch, much like Rick Glenn, and really the influx of those guys has been amazing, and Biggie has developed so much in his time. I mean, even this fight, we're watching him at 205. Present day now, he's fighting at 170. As a professional, he's undefeated. This is a fun fight to see what that guy can do in the cage, and this is just a great demonstration of his amateur skills way back almost not that long ago.
This was November 2011 from Potawatomi Bingo Casino. Again, NAFC Unleashed. You're looking at Jordan Seufzer here, fighting out of Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, in the blue corner. Again, this will be first round light heavyweight action. You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today, produced in partnership with the Wisconsin Army National Guard and powered by Concede. Sponsored by Showtime Sports Bar and Tiffin Mats. Getting ready for first round light heavyweight action.
Yeah, this was a good one for Biggie, definitely, to kind of work on his game, because Seufzer's known, he has a really tough chin, takes a lot of punishment out there. You know, he splits, you know, sometimes wins, sometimes loses, it goes back, but all the time, you know, he's definitely known for absorbing punishment. Sometimes he can gas out, but he definitely has the chin and the ability to make it a great fight. And You know, Biggie really relished it, and you know, the opportunity to perform longer than some of his past amateur fights had went.
You're looking at Mike Biggie Rhodes right there. Again, this was on the undercard of NAFC Unleashed from Potawatomi Bingo Casino. Referee Al Wickers gets the action going. First round action.
Seufzer comes in, you know, a little sloppy, and Biggie knows. Biggie is able to just paw him off for a bit there, try to land a right, and then, you know, go to take his spot, trying to clinch here. And both guys really battling for position early on and trying to see who had the better core strength and who's going to be stronger throughout this fight.
Again, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today on WCGV, My 24, Milwaukee.
Great right hand there. Seufzer shows, what, 2 or 3 little left leg kicks that really weren't going to do damage, and Biggie lands that overhand right again, and now he knows that's the opening. He also lands that great body kick, and that's something he likes to go back to, especially in this fight later on.
Again, thanks for pointing out Mike Biggie Rhodes fighting at 170 now, but here at 205, transforming himself through MMA.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure to watch him. He's a fun guy out of the cage, and he's even more fun to watch inside the cage. And it's just weird to watch. You know, that's 35 pounds ago. It looks like a completely different, transformed person these days.
Actually, overall, right now, Biggie's lost 100 pounds while training in the last 2 years while training in mixed martial arts. Again, first round action. You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. This is a light heavyweight matchup featuring out of the red corner, Mike Biggie Rhodes from Roufusport in Milwaukee, and out of the blue corner, Unified Martial Arts, Jordan Seufzer from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
I'm still trying to get 100 pounds. That is incredible. Seufzer going for the takedown again, but you know, Biggie's just too versed and isn't going to let the takedown happen. He just keeps the fight up on his feet, and when they are striking, Biggie, without a doubt, has had the advantage. So it's fun to watch Rhodes, you know, learn how to keep the fight up, and you get into his area of the fight.
Look like Biggie might be concentrating on some instructions from his corner there.
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys out of Roufusport have really been trained, it seems, to, you know, when the time is right, listen to that, or, you know, compartmentalize and, you know, really use what their corner says. It's something that everyone does, but at different shows you see different squads that are really good at it and some that aren't so well. But we saw this, and later on in the fight card that night, guys from Roufusport are pretty good at taking direction while the action's going. Again,
NAFC Unleashed ended up being Wisconsin Combat Sports Fight Card of the Year for 2011, correct, Paul?
Absolutely, and this is one of the reasons. I mean, this is one of the better amateur fights of the year. As you know, it was a year that was down. There wasn't a ton of cards that year. As the regulations came, people were still really trying to figure out how to go about it. And this was one that came out and put some of the best fights all together, and there's a reason it was so highly thought of.
Regulation or not, NAFC not missing a beat here in Wisconsin. Again, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today, produced in partnership with the Wisconsin Army National Guard and powered by Concede. In the black trunks, you've got Mike Biggie Rhodes fighting out of Milwaukee's Roufusport MMA Academy. And in the trunks that are white in front and black in the back, fighting out of the blue corner is Jordan Seufzer out of Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
What a huge right hand right there by Biggie, right at the bell. And if you notice, right before, he landed a great left to the body that set it up. Seufzer dropped his hand, and Biggie put a huge right that just dropped him as the bell. Luckily that bell sounded, or this thing would have been over right about there.
UFC star Eric Koch working the corner for Mike Biggie Rhodes. Going to be entering second round action here. Scott Jaffe along with my partner, Wisconsin Combat Sports, Paul Flatton.
You know, you mentioned Koch and some of the other guys. It's really exciting to see when a guy like Biggie comes over and he's still an amateur, when you get to learn from the guys that, you know, as Eric was just right on title cusp before that injury, you're getting to learn from the best in the world. And as an amateur, there's not many places that you can say you're regularly, on a daily basis, training with UFC stars, and a plethora of them over there at Roufusport. So it's something that amateur fighters have, you know, definitely learned to use to their advantage. And the ones that are smart like Biggie, they soak it all up and, you know, get ready for their professional career.
Definitely going to sink or swim at Roufusport training with that caliber of fighters around you. Again, entering second round action, a light heavyweight battle from NAFC Unleashed. That is Jordan Seufzer out of the blue corner from Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac. And on your left, fighting out of the red corner, is Mike Biggie Rhodes from Roufusport in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you know, dropping him really kind of set the tone. Seufzer comes out, but he is eating lefts and just, you know, eating punches. You know, he does a good job there just kind of protecting himself and just trying to get the takedown. But Biggie's able to get up, land a huge shot, and take his advantage of this fight here early in the second frame.
Again, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. This is light heavyweight action from NAFC Unleashed from Potawatomi Bingo Casino in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That right fist opened up Seufzer's nose. Blood is pouring. And he's taken, like as we said, he takes a lot of punishment, and this one was no different. And Biggie is really just finding the mark and doing whatever he wants out there at this point, even though Seufzer's holding onto that leg, trying to save himself any way possible.
Mike Biggie Rhodes definitely controlling the action.
Going for the armbar. What an awkward predicament he was in there. It looked like he could have done stuff with the choke to the neck if he was, it would have been tough. But going for the arm there, Biggie just has this fight where he wants it almost basically every time we've seen it since he dropped him late in the first.
Second round action. NAFC Unleashed. You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today on WCGV, My 24 Milwaukee.
Rhodes able to just shake those off, get a breath himself there, listen to some advice from the corner, and basically get up at will. I mean, that's something not many guys are able to stand up that easily and then just take over, try to hook the feet in here and look for a choke, or just kind of work the submission game now.
Referee Al Wickers on top of the action here, second round.
I guess Biggie thought, what's the point here if I'm doing this while we're on the feet? Why not just keep it where I'm comfortable and really striking at will?
Make sure to visit us on YouTube at WIMMA Today TV and catch all episodes of Wisconsin MMA Today. Again, produced in partnership with the Wisconsin Army National Guard, powered by Concede and sponsored by Showtime Sports Bar and Tiffin Matt. Scott Jaffe here along with Wisconsin Combat Sports' Paul Flatton. Second round light heavyweight action under 205 pounds. Mike Biggie Rhodes fighting out of the red corner, representing Milwaukee's Roufusport. And out of the blue corner is Jordan Seufzer from Unified Martial Arts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Seufzer ate a huge left hand coming in there. And again, he's really been going for any form of single leg takedown he can. Biggie with this power just is not allowing anything to happen. And once again, Seufzer just, turtles up and is eating punches. And Al Wicker says, I can't take that. That's it. Huge win for Mike Biggie Rhodes.
There you have it, your winner. 2 minutes, 44 seconds of the second round on NAFC Unleashed. Mike Biggie Rhodes from Roufusport. Fight Dr. Carlos Feliciano takes a look at Rhodes. Check on Seufzer. There you have it on Wisconsin MMA Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Al Wicker, steps in, calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 34 seconds of round number 2 for your winner by TKO, Mike Biggie Rhodes.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch the fights with the fighters.
I'm lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis, along with MMA trainer Duke Rufus. And come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch all MMA action on 2 15-foot mega screens.
I'm MMA coach Duke Rufus, along with lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis. Come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Tough like Tiffin. Visit us at tiffinmats.com.
Scott Jaffe here along with Wisconsin Combat Sports' Paul Flatton. Paul, why don't you tell the viewers what they're going to see in this next bout?
Wow, we got an interstate rivalry today as Minnesota fighter Jordan Twatchmann out of Marshall Fight Team goes up against Joseph Benson out of Neutral Ground in Milwaukee. Enjoy.
Coming up next. You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. Scott Jaffe here along with Paul Flatton. from Wisconsin Combat Sports. This is a welterweight matchup under 170 pounds, fighting out of the blue corner. Marshall Fight Team's Jordan Twatchmann from Marshall, Minnesota, taking on Neutral Ground's Joe Benson, fighting out of the red corner from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, right away in this one, you see Benson from Neutral Ground going right away for that single leg as Twatchmann tries to, put it in a submission hold and try to get a guillotine and thwart the takedown attempt. But Benson does a good job staying persistent and finally able to get into the side control and, really work that takedown. Great job to keep with it and get where he needed to be.
Again, this welterweight matchup was featured on NAFC Armageddon.
Great job right there to just, get in position. While his head's still stuck, he's able to get his legs over the top and try to get him under now, and really looks like he's getting close to that mount position. And, the guillotine doesn't really seem to be dangerous. His body's too high up. Twatchmann, unless he's got, one of the strongest arms ever, is really not going to be able to get under that chin. So it just seems like it's going to be a matter of time here before Benson's able to pull his head out or else escape this hold.
Again, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today, brought to you by Wisconsin Army National Guard, powered by Concede, sponsored by Showtime Sports Bar and Tiffin Mats. Scott Jaffe here along with Wisconsin Combat Sports, Paul Flatton. Fast and furious action, a welterweight matchup. Marshall Fight Team's Jordan Twatchmann out of the blue corner and Joe Benson from Neutral Ground fighting out of the red corner.
And there you see it, Twatchmann was just not able to, he went for the guillotine in a spot that really wasn't able to get it. And now Benson is able to get up, get his posture up and get in full mount and just unleash fury here, like you said, from the top. And that's why you go for that takedown if this is the strength of your game. So it really shows the guys at Neutral Ground and Joe Benson, great job here, in this amateur fight, and great job taking the top position over Twatchmann.
Benson being able to pick his shots here.
Yeah, Twatchmann just doesn't seem to be able to really do much. He's good job there grabbing the head for a little bit, but it just seems like he's already getting tired out. These shots are taking an effect. And it just seems a little moment here before Benson's able to deliver some more blows and really taking this round.
Doesn't seem to have any answers, actually.
No, it just doesn't seem like, he doesn't really he doesn't try to get up. He tries to buck the hips a little bit, but he just sort of stops, and it almost just seems like a moment of time until this thing's over.
And there you have it at 2:24 of round one. The referee steps in, stopping the bout, giving Joe Benson the victory by referee stoppage due to strikes. Now here is Wisconsin Combat Sports' Paul Flatton standing by with Joe Benson. You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today.
Wisconsin MMA Today reporter Paul Flatton here with Joe Benson. Didn't go much better than that, huh?
No, it went perfect. I got to thank everyone. John Frieden, Luke, Adam, Jake, Clip, Jesse Fisher, everyone from Neutral Ground, everyone from Pura Vida, Red Shape, everybody. This is a team sport as much as individual. I loved it. Awesome.
Right away you had your neck. Was there any issue there? Was there any
No, chin was in. Fine.
Perfect. 2 wins, or 2 fights, 2 wins, and what do you want to do next?
Have a third one. Perfect.
Thank
you. Scott Jaffe here, along with Wisconsin Combat Sports' Paul Flatton. Paul, why don't you tell the viewers what they're going to see in this next matchup?
We got a battle in the light heavyweight division as Third Heaven Martial Arts' Ed the Predator Williams goes up against Josh Sinnott out of Marshall Fight Team.
Coming up next. Scott Jaffe here along with Wisconsin Combat Sports, Paul Flatton on Wisconsin MMA Today. This next bout comes from NAFC Armageddon. It's a light heavyweight matchup featuring Marshall Fight Team's Josh Sinnott fighting out of the blue corner from Marshall, Minnesota, and Third Heaven's Ed Williams from Beaver fighting out of the red corner. This is first round action on Wisconsin MMA Today.
Yeah, another exciting fight. We get to watch Wisconsin versus Minnesota. Third Heaven Martial Arts with, Justin Moore out of Beaver Dam had a good showing on NAFC Armageddon. And it's fun to watch, the interstate clashes here. So sit back and watch a good light heavyweight battle. Sinnott goes right for, goes for a single leg, eats one in the, eats a kick in the process, but stays persistent and is able to put Williams up against the cage and eventually get the takedown.
Again, you're watching Wisconsin MMA Today, brought to you in partnership with the Wisconsin Army National Guard and powered by Concede, sponsored by Showtime Sports Bar and Tiffin Mats.
Yeah, now Sinnott, he's in the half guard there, looking to get to improve his position. Going up for, they both get up to the feet, and then that's where Williams wants to be. He definitely starts, looks for a strike there, and, kind of sloppy, but both guys definitely making their moves here and, showing what the amateur division is all about.
Again, that's Third Heaven's Ed Williams fighting out of the red corner from Beaver Dam, and Josh Sinnott representing Marshall Fight Team from Marshall, Minnesota, fighting out of the blue corner. You're watching NAFC Armageddon action on Wisconsin MMA Today. Scott
Big right hand. You know, Sinnott really took a little second to recognize that shot, took him and went down to a knee. Williams does a great job pouncing on and really getting into the position here where it almost looks like he could go for the arm triangle. Don't know if he's going to, as Sinnott kind of does a great job using the cage to, negate that position. But good job by Williams here moving in and really going for a nice little elbow there too.
Remember, you can watch all Wisconsin MMA Today action on YouTube at Wisconsin WIMMA Today TV. That's WIMMA Today TV. Again, first round action, light heavyweights going at it.
Yeah, Sinnott really keeping that left arm up there limp. You gotta be careful with that thing. You can't just hold it around the head and not really have a place. You gotta protect it, and we'll see what happens here.
Again, Josh Sinnott fighting out of the blue corner from Marshall, Minnesota, and Ed Williams from Beaver out of the red corner.
You can see Ed Williams looking at that right arm there, going for the Kimura. It looks like he locks that in right away. What a great job to lock that submission in.
Picks up the victory at 1 minute 59 seconds in the first round. That is Third Heavens, Ed Williams on Wisconsin MMA Today. Standing by now with yours truly, Paul Flatton.
All right, Wisconsin MMA Today reporter Paul Flatton here with Ed the Predator Williams. First off, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Ed, you looked in there, you showed off everything. You showed some leg kicks, so you got taken down, then you showed a huge strike, and then the Kimura. How'd your performance, how do you judge that?
Honestly, I think my performance was a little subpar. My plan was to go in, use a lot of strikes and leg kicks, set up a big shot. I set up the big shot, but it ended up being a submission. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, so that's what I do.
2 fights, 2 wins. What's next for you?
Well, I got to get my knee checked out. After that, as long as I'm good, maybe you'll see me on the next NAFC in January.
Congrats, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Congrats, buddy.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch the fights with the fighters.
I'm lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis, along with MMA trainer Duke Rufus. And come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Rufus and Pettis Showtime Sports Bar, where you watch all MMA action on 2 15-foot mega screens.
I'm MMA coach Duke Rufus, along with lightweight world champion Anthony Showtime Pettis. Come fight time, we want to see you at Showtime, Highway 100, 1 block north of Silver Spring.
Tough like Tiffin. Visit us at tiffinmats.com.
You're watching Wisconsin MMA Today. I'm Scott Jaffe, and this is Wisconsin Combat Sports' Paul Flatton. Paul, why don't you tell the viewers what they're going to see in this next exciting fight?
Fans are in for a treat as one of the best submissions in 2011 is shown as Joao Zeferino and Sean Salmon clash at NAFC Unleashed.
On Wisconsin MMA Today. First round action about to get underway, a light heavyweight matchup under 205 pounds. You're watching Wisconsin Combat Sports. This was featured on NAFC Unleashed from Milwaukee's Potawatomi Bingo Casino. Again, fighting out of the blue corner, Team George Grigel's Sean Salmon. And out of the red corner, Roufusport's Joao Zeferino. Referee Al Wickers giving the fighters their final instructions before round 1 begins.
This is one of those fights where actions speak louder. Just, put your eyes on the TV set and watch this thing unfold.
Here we go. Salmon on your left, Zeferino on your right.
Immediately to left hand from Zeferino. Zeferino comes in, Salmon's going to look for a takedown, not able to get it there. Zeferino with a great sprawl. Now, as the fight goes, watch Zeferino here go right to the ground and show why he's so dangerous. Immediately grabbing that heel. Salmon couldn't do anything about it, and that is a 25-second heel hook submission. Beautiful.
From Florianopolis, Brazil, fighting out of Milwaukee's Roufusport MMA Academy, that is Joao Zeferino.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of this bout comes at just 25 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by heel hook, the Brazilian Samurai, Joao Zeferino. Joao, come on over, buddy. Fantastic finish, very quick fight, and over a very tough veteran like Sean Salmon. Tell me a little bit about your preparation for this fight, and did you see it going to the ground as quick as it did?
I started to train for this fight August, so I've been training camp for a while. All my teammates and students fire it, like Anthony, Eric, Alan Belcher, Danny Boy, all these guys, so I'm ready, and I came here to, one thing, I came here to show Roufusport has the #1 Jiu-Jitsu in Wisconsin. If someone have a question, come to the gym, come roll with me, come roll with Eric, come roll with other guys. We're the best here, okay?
Well, you look fantastic, and you showed how good your jiu-jitsu is here. Tell everybody else what you have planned coming up for your mixed martial arts career.
Actually, I have a fight next weekend in Brazil. Eric Koch's gonna be my corner man. And actually, I need to thank for all my teammates, all my coaches, Chris, workout boss, all my friends around here, my teammates in Brazil too. I'm really happy, really excited about what's going on. My goal is that everyone's goal is to be on UFC, so I'm getting ready to do it.
Congratulations, you look fantastic. One more round of applause, Joao Zeferino.
Hey, what's up? I'm here with my teammate, Biggie Rhodes, and today's technique of the week is going to be the triangle. One of my favorite submissions to use. I think all of my fights that I've finished with a submission are from triangle.
My favorite way to use the triangle choke is when my opponent's on top and he's throwing punches. He's on the offensive attack. He's not thinking about the defense. So he's going to be, most of the time when someone's on top of you, they're throwing wild punches, they're throwing haymakers, they're trying to finish the fight. So I use that to my advantage. When he's throwing big punches, I'm working my guard up his body. So I wait for his punch to come down, and right when he comes down, I time it perfectly, shoot my leg up, lock that choke in, same details, cross the arm, pull down and squeeze, and you're going to get a tap.
Thank you for watching Wisconsin MMA Today and supporting mixed martial arts in our community. I'm Scott Jaffe.
I'm Paul Fladden.
And we'll see you next episode.